In this video we take a look at the blocks that have just been demolished to make way for High Speed 2. So here's the train tracks going into Euston. I've marked in blue the route of High Speed 2 and I've circled in red the blocks that have been demolished, including one building that's very recently been built and it's already been demolished. That building did not last long at all. But before that one, we first take a look at a 60s block. This one's now been demolished and it's an L-shaped building, quite similar to other L-shaped buildings around the area, but not identical. This one's actually slightly different in design to it. The lifts in this block, although modernised, have some original 60s Dewhurst buttons on some of the outside buttons, which is an interesting original feature. Let's take a look around this building. I didn't realise that one had the older button. And we now go up onto the roof and take a look at the motor room. Oh wow, that's a small. Oh, really small. I didn't expect that. Both the same. Oh, Riley. That's your motor room. How small that is, it's like little pickerings or something. Tiny. Oh, we're bagging up all the asbestos. Get it all bagged up. Oh no, that's not asbestos, that's mineral water. Lovely flat here, being demolished for High Speed 2. A seat, and stuff up there, and stuff up here. Interesting enough. Window. Oh, that's, if you had one of his flats, wouldn't you just love to know your window's held on by that thing? That's it. And now we go to a 1920s block, or possibly even older. This is a very interesting old block. It's got a very old style to it, very much different indeed to the 60s style blocks, and sadly is now demolished. Let's take a look around. And now to the new building that's been demolished. Newly built and it got demolished. Didn't last long at all. One absolute waste. This block's interesting, although sadly the lift was an utter piece of shit. Toilet. Poor building. Cheap. Very dusty inspection control. Yeah. So then, now we go to the present day. The blocks in the way of High Speed 2 have all been demolished now, and let's take a look at some blocks around the surrounding area that haven't been demolished. We first take a look at the typical L-shaped blocks of this estate. These blocks are very interesting as there's two different sections which are of different heights, like a half floors from each other, and there's two lifts next to each other. Being though lifts are next to each other, they're not a set as they serve the different half floors for the two different parts of the block. These blocks have two different colour variations, blue and also red. I think the red ones look a bit nicer. So let's take a look around two of these blocks and see what they're like. So we've got one lift here and one lift round the corner. It's a very weird design of block. There's loads like it, and the other lift's like serving the half floors that the other one doesn't serve. So you've got an interesting weird design for two different lifts next to each other but opening different ways and serving different half floors. Yeah. Wow, that is different to what I thought. And is it cable lifts, not Hamilton Champness on this one. Both identical. Old Thames Valley. Ooh, bumpy. So then we've got the stairs here. And you've got the main lift just down the corner there. And if we go up to the motorhome. This one's got scaffolding up at the moment. At the end of the block is a staircase, it goes up to the roof. Low headroom motorroom. Look, my head comes right up to that line, so you have to duck to get into it. Wow, it's a lot of mess in this motorroom.
This is motorroom, it's on fire at minute.
It feels like it's boiling in here. Old Thames Valley. Not DC pulse AC, but basic 2-speed Old Thames Valley. One lift motor's higher than the other. The steps have a face on them. How weird's that? And we've got the inspection switch, nice old switch. Tunnel! Well, not really a tunnel, a little stairway. And now to one of these L-shaped blocks that have got modernised lifts. This one's a bit more modded. Thames Valley's got a hold of it. Doors are quite nice because those are quite original. That sounds original. What an utter piece of cancer. It's dull. Ooh, that sounds bad. To be kept locked. Not the most exciting. Look how many lifting hooks they've got. The Thames Valley. Oh, look how tiny that motor is. What a piece of shit. It's tiny.
That's ordinary for these sorts of places.
And now we go to the next block. This is an older style of block. It's a bit different, sadly though the lifts are completely modernised. So small, I don't find that one that interesting. It's such a tiny motor. And for comparison, let's take a look at a new building in this area. This building has got an Arona worm drive.
Should we go on top it then?
Now, most things about this lift's rubbish. Cheap door, cheap car, but that is excellent. The best part about this lift, and probably the only part that's well built. Absolute excellent.
Yeah, that's the whole way down.
Good, I think that's all.